everyone, it's Miss Carrie from the Fairview Boys and Girls Club, and today I've got another crafty video for you guys to do while you're at home. It's super simple, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. So today we're going to be doing some chromatography, which is just the separating of colors. All you're going to need is a few coffee filters, some markers, make sure they're washable school markers, not permanent markers, a small cup or a jar to put water in. You're going to need a little bit of water. And for the two crafts we're going to be doing with this project, you will need pipe cleaners or a stick or a popsicle stick, something like that, tape, and possibly some scissors. Also, make a note, you'll need some paper towels, you can kind of see them over here, or some newspaper or something to lay your wet project on while it dries. So to start out, all I've done is I've got a coffee filter. I'm just going to flatten that out, and then I'm going to take a marker. You can use any color you want. I'm going to tell you dark colors usually get a little more fun stuff happening with, but you can use whatever color you want. This first one, all we're going to do is make a thick circle, kind of where the ridged part meets the center. Just gonna make one thick circle around, however you want. And it doesn't really matter what brand you use. Some people say that this works better with other brands. That's up for you to try. Let us know in the comments what brand you used and what kind of results you get. So now I've got my nice thick circle. And all I'm going to do with this is take it. I'm going to kind of fold it in half. Looks like a taco now. And then fold it again where it's kind of like a cone. And then I'm going to take, I've got just a little bit of water in a little jar. It's like a little baby food jar. And we're going to take it. You want to just get to where the water is just on the end of the coffee filter. You don't want it to hit the ring or it'll wash it all away. So we're just going to get that in there. It's barely touching. If you need to smush it a little bit, you can. And then watch what happens. As you can see, it's already starting to bleed the color. So we're gonna let it sit for a few minutes. I'm gonna do another one, and then we're gonna see what the next step is. Okay, so for this next one, I'm just gonna put some color wherever I want. Again, I'm gonna use some darker colors, but I'm gonna use a little bit of light color too, because I wanna see what kind of result we get from this. So I'm just gonna kind of do some scribbles across here. This time I'm gonna allow the water to hit my color in the center, because I'm just gonna experiment and see what works the best. Take a little orange, go across here, because hopefully the colors will bleed together and we'll get something awesome. Take some purple. And I'm just kind of scribbling. You don't want to get too crazy, because if you put a really detailed drawing on here, it's just going to all bleed together anyway. So you can be as silly with the colors as you want. Do it however you want. Stripes, solids, it doesn't matter. Color the whole thing however you want. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're just going to take it and fold it in half like a taco, and then kind of fold it again. And then we're going to take a little jar that already has water in it, and we're going to poke it down so that the tip is just barely in the water. And we're just gonna let it sit for a few minutes. And you can already see that some of the color is changing. So all you're gonna do is sit and wait for those about 10 or 15 minutes. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so our coffee filters have sat in the water for a few minutes. We're gonna take them out and let them dry so we can move on to the next step. So when you take them out, just lift it up straight from the top, kind of shake it a little bit because it's gonna be wet. And then find your paper towel or whatever, and then just unfold it. Be very careful though, because this is thin and it will tear. So open it up and look at all of the colors we got just from a circle from a black marker. So let us know in the comments what kind of colors you got, what kind of brand you used, because everyone's gonna be different. And now we've just got the one where I scribbled on it. Look how those colors blend together. It's almost like a tie-dye. So we're just gonna leave that to dry. And now we're gonna move on to our crafting part. Okay, so I've already done some of these because they need to be dry to do this. So if yours are not dry right now, that's okay. You can come back to the video, totally fine. First, we are going to make a flower. This is just one that I got done yesterday, and it already kind of looks like a flower on its own, so we're just gonna help it out. For the flower, you're going to need your decorated coffee filter, some scissors, some tape, and you can use a stick. I'm gonna use a pipe cleaner for the stem. So all you're gonna do for this one is you're gonna take it and you're just gonna trim your white edges off. So work on that right now. I'm just gonna cut those the best I can. And the good thing about this is there's no right or wrong. You just do it and it works out however it works out. That's the science of it. And I'm not gonna get it perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just gonna trim some of the excess white part off so we have our color. I'm gonna finish trimming that and then I'll be right back for the next part. Okay, so now that we've got our coffee filter trimmed with most of the white space, we're just gonna take it and we're just gonna kind of bunch it up. Think of how a flower would look. Just gonna kind of bunch it together. And what you want to have is down at the bottom, you want to just give yourself like a little mini stem. So we're gonna take that little mini stem, see right there. And we're just gonna put a little piece of tape on it just to hold it. Any kind of tape works, or string, whatever you've got. So I'm just gonna take that and wrap that around right there. And now that we've got this part, we can manipulate this however we want. You can trim it more if you'd like, but I'm just gonna take this pipe cleaner. I'm gonna use green, nice and springy, and I'm just gonna fold it in half. So we'll have a nice thick stem, something to hold. You can cut it in half, whatever you feel like. And I'm gonna take the end that's a little bit pointy, be careful with that. And I'm gonna tape it up at the top where we made our little flower stem. I'm just gonna kind of fluff this around a little bit. And there we have it. Very own flower. You can play around with adding leaves or whatever. So now we're gonna work on the second part of our craft. Okay, so for this last part of our craft, we're going to be using our colored coffee filters to make a butterfly. So for this one, you can use 2 coffee filters or 4. Personally, I like the look of the one that has 4. So I've made 4 already ready. All you're gonna do with these is you're gonna take it and kind of fold it like you would fold a paper fan. So you're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth, just like you would a paper fan. Keep doing that until you folded the whole thing. So it should look like that, kind of like how you would fold a paper fan. I'm gonna fold my other 3 and then we'll come back. Okay, so now that all 4 of our coffee filters are folded, we're gonna start making the butterfly. So I'm just gonna take 2. If you wanna make them so they're symmetrical, make 2 of the same and then do for top and bottom, whatever you feel like, that's up to you. But we're just gonna take these 2. We're gonna take 2 of them, lay them on top of each other in the middle, and just put a little piece of tape right there. Just put a little piece of tape just to hold those 2 together. And at this point, if you want to stop and you want to just make it into a butterfly with just 2, that's okay. So now we're going to take our other 2 and do the same thing. Just grab it in the middle, stack them on top of each other, put a little piece of tape right in the middle. Just so they hold together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take both of these, stick those together. Take all 4, stick them together, put a little piece of tape in the middle. And then all you need to do is just kind of fluff out the wings. Again, if you want to make to where all the wings look the same, that's up to you. So now we're going to take our pipe cleaner. We're going to cut it in half. Just gonna cut it in half. And then we're going to take that and just kind of wrap it around in the middle, just one little piece. That way you've still got a part sticking up for an antenna. Just kind of wrap that together. If you need to use a little tape, you can. Same thing with your other half. Wrap it around the middle, give him an antenna. And then we're just going to kind of curl our part cleaners to make an antenna. So there you have it. 2 super easy scientific crafts for you to do while you're at home. I hope everyone enjoyed today's craft. If you try it out, let us know in the comments. Tell everybody about it. Be scientists. Yeah. Everyone remember to wash your hands, read your books, get some fresh air, and have a wonderful day. Bye.